Evening. America's computer systems are under attack every day. And according to U.S. intelligence officials, China is the principal attacker. Every day, they say, hackers are trying to get into the systems that keep the economy running, that allow people to communicate, that give the military its ability to operate in all corners of the world. And they say the U.S. government is so concerned it's creating a new strategy to fight the new cyber war.
The trend we researched was cyber warfare. Though there is no formal definition of cyber warfare defined by the U.S. government, a more general definition of cyber warfare would be the use of computers and other devices to attack an enemy's information systems as opposed to an enemy's armies or factories. Since the early 1990s, computer systems have been a critical part of government and business key infrastructures. It is this dependence on technology that makes cyberspace a target-rich environment for those engaged in cyber warfare.
The domain of cyber warfare has the ability to affect other domains, including cyberspace, physical, information, and cognitive.
Cyberspace is a world that we depend on every single day. It's our hardware and our software, our desktops and laptops and cell phones and BlackBerries that have become woven into every aspect of our lives.
The cyberspace domain is the nervous system of the modern world's critical infrastructures, government, and commercial institutions. It's composed of hundreds of thousands of interconnecting computers, servers, routers, switches, and fiber optic cables. It allows our infrastructures and institutions, our society, to work.
It's the broadband networks beneath us and the wireless signals around us, the local networks in our schools and hospitals and businesses, and the massive grids that power our nation. It's the classified military and intelligence networks that keep us safe, and the World Wide Web that has made us more interconnected than at any time in human history.
The physical domain consists of critical infrastructure and key resources. The U.S. government defined critical infrastructure and key resources in the National Infrastructure Protection Plan. Critical infrastructure and key resources are assets, systems, and networks, whether physical or virtual, that are so vital to the United States that the incapacity or destruction of such assets, systems, or networks would have a debilitating impact on security, the national economy, public health, or safety.
The information domain is a target of cyber warfare because it contains an organization's knowledge and communication abilities. By crippling a target's information domain, an attacker can disrupt the target's ability to communicate and interpret data, thereby giving an attacker a combat advantage. By disrupting the cognitive domain, cyber warfare influences a defender's ability to make timely decisions using all information at their disposal because the victim's perception is altered, reducing their sense of situational awareness. A cyber attack on the cognitive domain can deny information to a decision maker, create an environment where the information is distrusted, or deceive the decision maker into believing information that is false.
The website of the Georgian parliament defaced with pictures of Hitler and shut down by a massive denial of service attack, as were the websites of other critical government agencies, the media, and banks.
In 1998, the United States hacked into the Serbian air defense system to allow bombing to happen in Kosovo.
The cyber attacks on the country of Estonia, located in Northern Europe and regarded as one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world, were one of the earliest known examples of cyber warfare. The attacks began on April 27, 2007 and lasted for 3 weeks. These attacks were a distributed denial of service attack on Estonia's major organization websites such as Parliament, banks, ministries, newspapers, and broadcasters. A distributed denial of service attack is when websites are suddenly swamped with thousands of visits, disabling them by overcrowding the servers. These attacks were traced to Russia, but they have denied any type of attack.
A Chinese general has talked about how they would reach out through cyberspace and turn off the American electric power grid before any conflict with the United States.
House advisors say it was this June in Washington when the alarm bells really went off. Chinese hackers got into the unclassified computers of Secretary of Defense Robert Gates.
Not only are European countries under attack, the U.S. has had 24,000 attempted breaches of government and private computer systems reported in the 2006 fiscal year. and in 2007, 37,000 were reported. In 2006, 108 countries had dedicated cyber attack capabilities. These countries include China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, the United States, and even terrorists.
Indeed, in today's world, acts of terror could come not only from a few extremists in suicide vests, but from a few keystrokes on the computer.
Speaking of U.S. lawmakers, they now want to build a cybersecurity army. The House passed a bill to recruit more cyber warriors and to start a new agency to deal with the growing alarm over the United States' vulnerability online.
This building will be attacked 3 million times today. Who is going to protect it? Meet Staff Sergeant Lee Jones, Air Force Cyber Command, a member of America's only cyber command, protecting us from millions of cyber threats every day. It takes Air Force technology to defend America in a changing world. U.S. Air Force.
The U.S. government sector is seeing an increase in investments in cybersecurity technologies. Because of the progress that the White House and federal agencies have made in creating interagency groups to plan and coordinate comprehensive national cybersecurity initiative activities, and setting up cybersecurity research and development goals and creating the framework for industry-wide cooperation.
The clue detection engine we chose to use was Google Trends. Here you can see a graph given by Google Trends that shows the search volume index and news reference volume in relation to cyber warfare. In 2009, there is a clear spike in both searches and news references. The trend is similar for the United States. We predict a continued upward trend of global cyber warfare capability and incidents.
There are many Trojan horses, many pieces of malicious code in a large number of our critical systems, and that these are just waiting to be activated through some trigger.
So a new world awaits.